All right, let me shut the door just a little bit before I get started. A shumamoo, a shumamoo, a shumamoo. Hey, what's going on, Benji? How are you doing? High five. What's up, Benji? Let me do my quality sound control check to make sure I hear everything correct. In testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Ollie, Ollie, oxen free. LA, are you there? LA, are you present? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, Pikachu knees. What in the world is going on with my royal computer? Oh, there it is. All right. Now I can hear it. Let me turn the music down just a smidget. All right, you guys are watching LA TV Morning Mood. The first 5 minutes, not usually, I do a sound check to make sure everything's cool, nothing's too loud. Good morning and welcome. Wow, it's really cool to have you guys here. Here is usually no one here so soon. Welcome in. Good morning. My name is LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. You are watching Morning Moo Monday Motivation, and I'm here to help you power moo your work week. The work week is here. Are you ready for it? Ready or not, the work week is here. Hi, how are you doing, Tarsis? Good morning. Welcome in. A shumamoo, a shumamoo, a shumamoo. And as I close the door, y'all, I suddenly realized that I should have turned on the fan. Well, it's too late to turn back now. The ship is starting to sail off and they're pulling up the steps or whatever, the ramps they have when the ship get ready to go. You know, the makeshift steps that the people have when it's time to leave the ship and they pull up those makeshift steps. They're pulling those up now. So I think it might be too I think it's gotten beyond me. There's no turning back. Sorry, fan. You will be missed. I guess I'll just have to be hot. Good morning. Good morning. New week of Moo Madness. I like it. Moo Madness. And I'm feeling really calm and super duper relaxed. Should I say mega relaxed? So that means I had a good sleep. You know, I rested up. I took my time on the weekend. I watched a lot of TV shows. Normally, I have TV on in the background. Well, not normally. I always have TV on in the background. But this time, I actually watched more of it than just had it running in the background while I listened and did other things. So, yeah, that's really cool. You guys, I have my glasses right here. I may need to put them on today, but it's best to be prepared. Speaking of being prepared, I instantly thought of a movie from Good morning, everybody. Look it, you guys. That's really cool. We have a green person in the chat. Good morning to you. Good morning to Tarsus and Benji too. And to Hercules the shark. Y'all, I woke up one morning, on my day off, and I'm like, let me see what's going on YouTube. I always wake up, and then after a little time of waking up, because I do other things before I get to the YouTube and check the numbers. How come Hercules the shark is making comments? Y'all, he is becoming too much. You were at a birthday party with a family member? Dude, did you have fun? I like birthday parties because the cake and the happiness of the people, it's like it's your birthday. Congratulations. It's a privilege and an honor. So I'm gonna put some birthday cakes in the chat just because. So that's cool. Let me find cake. So that's what you did on your weekend. You were at a birthday party. Birthday parties are cool. Chilled out. I relaxed with the family, It was fun. We even ordered a pizza. We had Domino's Pizza because they're still running their wonderful $9.99 sale where you can get a millions of toppings of pizza for $9.99. The only exception is you cannot get the extra large pizza, and I think the handmade one is excluded out of the deal. But it's really fun. Welcome in. I'm going to double check my notes. They're underneath here. I'll have you know, I have not transferred the notes from last week over into the binder yet. And I'm glad I did not do that because I want to go over my notes. Yup, I did it correctly. On 10, it's like we're having a group meeting. So on 10/9/25, we had a really cool hangout. That means that was a Thursday. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for coming in. We had a really cool Thursday, Freestyle Thursdays, you guys. It was so fun. I actually want to use the word amazing. It was just so much fun, y'all. Thank you so much for coming in on Thursday. Hi, what's going on, Ike Knox? So this is really cool. So in the conversation of all of the cool peeps, my cool peeps and I, which are you, and all of you, Benji, shouts out to Benji. He talked about Shaq Fu video game. And I was like, whoa, because I'm easily sidetracked. And I get sidetracked really easily, which is a part of the program here anyways. It works right in our favor. But I was like, you know what, Benji? That is a great topic. I think he also said, or maybe someone else mentioned, and I agree. I'm like, you know what, Shaq Fu is a great topic, but that will be a whole separate video. So here we are today, which is why, as promised, I was like, you know what, y'all? Now, this is what I said last Thursday when you guys were here. I'm like, Shaq Fu will be a great topic to have on Morning Moo, either for Monday, which is today, or tomorrow, where Morning Moo will be. So here we are. I decided to start Morning Moo, Monday Motivation. Let's power moo for Monday. What better way to start the day with talking about some video game nostalgia called Shaq Fu. So thank you, Benji, for that topic. You guys give me lots of ideas, and I try to write them down for future references. And also I'm trying to close the door. I've got these cords underneath the door that I had to slide underneath the door. So, because it's late and I don't want to wake everybody up. So, yeah, when you guys say topics that I feel interesting, that I think is interesting to talk about, or I think I can tackle, I write them down to shout you out. Because, I believe it was Tarsus. He asked for maybe 2 months ago, Jollibee food restaurant. And that was fun too. So thanks, guys. We've got a whole bunch of people in here. Oh my gosh, I just read your comment, Inox. Why is my pastor asking for money 10 minutes after he says it's the root of all evil? And how did he afford to get a mansion built? Magic. I'm sorry you had to go through that. I think the entire world is going through stuff like that, wondering like, why is that happening? I'm sorry you had to go through that. Is this mad cow disease talk show? No, it's not mad cow disease talk show. Thank you for coming in. That's funny though. That would be a funny what should I say? A funny name for a YouTube show. But no, this is not Mad Cow. This is Morning Moo Monday Motivation. Hercules has his own channel, so he will probably show up and troll. I would not be surprised. It's expected. He was all in my comments, responded to me like he done lost his vibe. But to each his own. That's Hercules. I'm quite sure sooner or later, if not already, he's probably been reaching out to y'all. Hercules is something else. Happy cow disease. Oh my gosh. Y'all are something else. Happy cow disease. Since we're speaking of cows, we're actually rolling up to the time where we do cows in the chat. Cows in the chat. Moo. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children, pets, plants, animals, artificial intelligence, and all living, breathing things that have not been acknowledged here on this wonderful, beautiful planet called Earth. Welcome to Monday Moo Morning Motivation, helping you power moo your work week. It is time for Cows in the Chat, where I sing a little song and we put cows in the chat, animal emojis in the chat, and or your favorite emojis in general while I sing a little song. I need my harmonica, please. Harmonica! Staff, please give me my harmonica. Thank you. Cows in the chat. Cows in the chat. Moo. Cows in the chat. Cows in the chat. Cows in the chat. Cows in the chat. Moo. Cows in the chat. Cows in the chat. In addition to putting cows in the chat, I am going to put some other cute emojis in the chat just because. Meow, meow, meow. I'm going to slide down through the emoji segment of it all and find some glorious, precious, beautiful, cute, tiny little animals to put into the chat and fill it up. We have cows in the chat. Thank you guys for putting cows in the chat, animal emojis in the chat, and what have yous. It's really fun. I like to dedicate this moment to the cows and say, from the bottom of my heart, my 3 stomachs, I am utterly sorry for the world placing the blame of global warming on you cows, aka bovines. I guess government ran out of people to place the blame on. What's going on, Hunt Man? So they are placing the blame of global warming and the alleged impending doom on us cows. I am so sorry. It's bad enough you gotta tell the Chick-fil-A people to continue to eat more chicken day in and day out. Now they're placing the impending doom, the alleged impending doom on the world ending on cows too. It's just too much. It's just too much to take. See, you ate steak last week. Cows have so much on their plate, pun intended, that we have to worry about, So here we go with all that. Thank you for putting some cows in the chat. Cows in the chat. Cows in the chat. Cows in the chat. I want to ask the NASA people, they have not yet gotten back with me. Until then, I will continue to ask on Morning Moo segments. If y'all can please do us a solid, since y'all tearing up the world with CERN, can you give us an apology gift? And that apology gift be a unicorn? Can you go into your labs and be like, you know what? We're the science people. We're deeply sorry for tearing up this world, playing around with our scientific toys. As apology to the planet Earth that we're allegedly tearing up for our fun, we want to bring you a unicorn. Can you please go to the lab and whip up a unicorn for us as a peace offering? I would love that so much. I mean, everything else is being released onto this planet. Can we at least release something beautiful like that? Tarsus says so. Horse meat is delicious, so much better than beef. I'd rather you eat horse than eat me. Please be seated. We're not getting ready to start having all these types of characters running around here on my show. It's going to make me lose whatever piece of tiny mind I have left. We have Tarsus talking about eating horse meat. What else you going to eat? We have people one time talk about alligator, kangaroo. Here we go, kangaroo. I didn't even read the comments yet. And he talked about kangaroo. I cannot. So if you talk about eating all that, here goes some pigs for myself because I like Spam. I'll put some pigs in the chat for the love of Spam. For the love of Spam, just make a selection, will you? Choose something. Shamur, a shamur, a shamur, a shamur. Okay, one more thing I want to talk about in my request to NASA and the government collectively, because I know they listening. In the perfect world of my imagination, I have one more request. I got one more question. I got one more question. My other request is for NASA and the government people, while you're at it tearing up the world. Can you please go in your labs and give us a strawberry cow? Strawberry cow, I would love if you would do us the solid and give us the strawberry cow. After all, you're making everything else HMO this, GMO that, HMO this, and GMO that. Practice what you preach. God, just kidding. God, just kidding. God, just kidding. God, just kidding. Shouts out Barry White. What's going on, Chile? You caught me at the right time. You probably came in like, oh my gosh, what's happening to her? Is she glitching? Now I'm acting like Barry White. You know, Barry White. I mean, the science people, they have GMO this, HMO that. Girl, you just kidding. Girl, you just kidding. Girl, you just... Okay, let me quit. Thank you for coming in. Good morning. We just finished the Cow in the Chat song. That was really cool. And me asking NASA for their special request to send us unicorns and a strawberry cow. Someday, one day, if I keep asking, they will oblige, and we will see strawberry cows and unicorns roaming the earth. Thank you guys so much for pushing the like button. We're not even a half hour in. We have 4 likes in the chat. I hope you guys are having a great morning. Some of you are out and about at work. Some of you are on your way home on your way home. How do you say that? Some of you are on your way home. No, some of you are on your way home because you just came from work. Y'all know what I'm saying. It's early. So sue me. No, don't sue me. Y'all know what I'm saying. It's early. Some of y'all getting ready to get up like the Winnie the Pooh song. Gotta get up. Gotta get going. It's like, turn that song off. Turn it off. I already have a lot on my mind. I don't want to hear Disney cartoons. As I yap, I am looking I'm bringing up the Shaq Fu information right now. Hey, Shaq Fu! I was thinking about the topic yesterday. Happy that we already have a topic already on deck to talk about. I believe Shaquille O'Neal released an album too, a recent one. You know, he had an album in the 90s. Yes, people on their commutes. You know, commutes. That I learned that word when I was an adult. I think when I started college, though my moment in time in college was short-lived, I did have a small moment, a flash in the pan moment. Turn over the meat. That's about how long the time I spent in college. But that's when I believe I first learned the word commute. They were like, will you be commuting back and forth to campus? I'm like, say what now? Like talking to people while I'm on campus? Of course. Why she asking me that? But I didn't say all that. But in my head, I thought that's what she meant. I'm like, yes. She gonna ask me if I'm gonna be commuting back and forth. Yes, I'm gonna be talking to people. You live and you learn. But either way, my logic was incorrect. But I said yes, and help us fix it. I tell you. I used to listen to Shaq's album when I was a kid. Yeah, so I believe he's got another album that recently came out, like within the 2 years time or what have you. As a warm up and to answer my own question, I believe he did. I had to listen to it. I like to review it. So Shaquille O'Neal's latest album, let me see here. Yeah, it's called Guerrilla Warfare. It came out in 2020. That's right. And I'm glad he came out with something else. So O'Neal's 5th studio album called Guerrilla Warfare was released in 2023 under the O'Neal's DJ's name Diesel. Yeah, what is it? Is it just Diesel now, or is it Shaq Diesel? Shaq Diesel. O'Neal's fifth studio album, Guerrilla Warfare, was released in 2023 under the O'Neal's name Diesel, and marked a transition into dubstep and electronic dance music while retaining rap and hip hop influences. Cool. So he did come out with something. I believe when I first heard that he did release something, I made sure to at least add it to my list on Spotify, that's for sure. So whenever I got back to Spotify and start listening to it heavily, it will be there for me. So I can't say that much for sure. What's going on, Big Papa? Good morning to you. How you doing? Thank you for coming in. We're just firing up. I had to warm up a little bit. I guess that's what you call. We did the sound check, the audio check. Everything is, I could hear myself clearly, and I just looked up Shaquille O'Neal's information. I'm putting it down here right now for all of y'all who want to know. Yes, Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq Diesel, or just Diesel did come out with an album. So, and it's called Guerrilla Warfare, and he's got one. This would be his fifth album that he's got out here now for us to hear. Let me start the madness. Welcome in, welcome in. So next I'm going to open up the tab and say, what is the Shaq Fu video game? How do I want to go about this? Before I go straight to Wikipedia, I want to type it in an AI overview to see what it has to say. I'm simply going to type something along the lines of, can you please tell me about Shaq Fu video game? It's funny how Wikipedia was the golden compass to start a book report. Even though you cannot believe everything on Wikipedia, it's a great guiding to help you guide. It was a great compass to help you navigate through your book report, to help you fact check things. Can you please tell me about the Shaq Fu video game? And I'll wait for that to load up. What's going on, Jamie? What's going on? We've got it loaded up already. So it's got a couple of tabs available where I typed in the answer. Can you please tell me about the Shaq Fu video game? It's got a summary down at the bottom. And then to the left of me, it's got a tab that says AI Overview. I haven't even opened like the deeper dive in that. I'm just going to read the synopsis of what is currently saying. Hold on, I pushed the wrong button. What's new? Elay's always pushing the wrong button. I don't want to hear it. All is too early. Please be quiet. I'm not talking about you, my cool peeps. I'm talking about the little guys. They made it back, and I don't want to hear from them right now. It's just too early for all this. And for my eyes, let me make this tinier. Oh, I made the print really tiny on my end. I can see the comments coming in and out. And have both tabs open, but it's really small. Let me see here. Let me switch the articles around. I'll move the chat box to my left, and I'll put the article closer to my right. All right, Shaq Fu is a 1994 fighting game. Shaq Fu. Is that coming for me, Big Papa, or is that for someone else? Because I don't know how to answer it. But if it's not for me, no worries. Just keep moving forward. I am setting up my font to see if I don't need to make sure I don't need to use my glasses, y'all. My glasses! My dang on glasses! I need to make this bigger. Okay. There we go. Shaq Fu is a 1994 fighting game for the SNES. Sneeze. Y'all, the acronym is sneeze. Like, achoo! That's what it is. Shaq Fu is a 1994 fighting game for the SNES and Sega Genesis, starring Shaquille O'Neal, which is now considered one of the worst. Oh, come on, AI overview. Really? One of the worst fighting games ever made due to its clunky controls and poor gameplay. Do y'all agree with that? I mean, already into the this is the first sentence and it's already talking about it's the worst video game ever. How? Which is now considered one of the worst fighting games ever made due to its clunky controls and poor gameplay. How is that? Is Shaq Fu, was it really that bad of a game? This is what AI said, y'all. I did not say this. It's already talking about it's bad. It says a 2018 beat 'em up sequel, Shaq Fu, A Legend Reborn, was released as a reboot with different gameplay and received a mixed reception. Nonetheless, Shaquille O'Neal made a video game. How many other basketball players can you say have made video games? Whether or not they're successful, who knows? But Shaquille O'Neal seems to be doing it all. Kobe Bryant, he was in a video game. Basketball players are in video games like those 2K games, 5K games, 5K Ultra games, NBA 45,000, but those really don't count. What counts with those games is that they get to star on the cover. But I'm talking about Shaquille O'Neal, where it's all about him in the game. It's all about you, girl. On your 16th birthday, shout out Pearl, which is Mr. Krabs' daughter from SpongeBob SquarePants. Y'all see that episode when Pearl had her 16th birthday party, I think at SpongeBob's, not at the Krusty Krab. Nonetheless, Shaq Fu is all about him. So I don't know of any other basketball players who have a game specifically tailored to them, apart from just being plastered on the cover of a cereal box or a video game. You'll need giant hands to play it, probably. That's why it was so difficult, because that's what AI already said. Okay, Big Papa, you're cool. He said it was trash. So, like... Dang, I was not expecting to open up. I appreciate the honesty, man. This is sad. Y'all, Shaquille O'Neal probably back here watching it incognito. And he like, oh man, that's so messed up. But I can't stop watching it. I gotta read these comments and see what people saying. As he crunches on giant handfuls of popcorn. They're talking about my game, y'all. Maybe I should come out with another. You came out with another album. Why not come out with another game? Who cares if it was bad? If you want to come out with another game for nostalgia purposes only, that would be really cool. I am totally here for it. I mean, I'm just a regular schmegular person. But if there was a way I could figure out how to make an Elay TV video game, I'm all over it, whether it sells or not. Just the thought of saying, yo, I made a video game. Let's do this. It'd be all cheap looking, intentionally broke down. What is it? So how come when I open up the tab, it's got a picture that says awful? Let me use my tablet, because I wonder if there's a way I can share this picture with you guys. I cannot share my screen like that. It's so sad. They have a picture for a review. It says Shaq Fu 1994. Awful. That's terrible. What's going on, Andre Goodson? I'm having a good time. What's going on, Magnus? Yes, it's a living, breathing, actual cow. And on Fridays, you get a living, breathing, actual shark who come on here. I wouldn't be surprised if Hercules the shark show up in the comments. But until further notice, I brace for impact for myself. I'm getting ready to pull up this image they have of Shaq Fu so I can share it with y'all. It's so sad. Let me type in Shaq Fu 1994 and it says awful. So I wonder how Shaq feels about that. I mean, what's done is done. It's probably no different from having an album that flops. It's kind of like that. You just have to face the music. It is what it is, man. Shaq Fu 1994 1994. There, and send. Let me pull up the images and video section. I remember playing Karate Kid. We actually had the Karate Kid video game for the first Nintendo. I didn't get very far in that game. I didn't. So you know what I'm gonna have to do? Because it's showing different things. I'll show you what I'm seeing over here. It's not showing the awful thing, but it's showing various pictures of Shaq Fu. But the one I wanted to show you was the thumbnail that says awful. Grand Theft Shaq, you know how dope that would be? Why not? You know, it'd be better than celebrities constantly promoting like alcohol and stuff. You know, even if him having a video game was cheesy and corny, I think having this type of content out here from celebrities would help kind of mix the pot so some of the kids can have better options to choose from. Yeah, they may get clowned, but what's new? Kids will clown you about anything. So if you're going to get clowned, it might as well be getting clowned for something that's not going to hurt you, right? So yeah, I'm here for the Shaq the Hedgehog, Shaq the Auto. He also on the new No way, I didn't know that. Y'all, Shaquille O'Neal is in a wrestling movie. Not a wrestling movie. That would be tight too if Shaquille O'Neal was in a wrestling movie. But I didn't know he was in the WWE 2K25. What I'm gonna do, y'all, is pick up my cell phone. Y'all gonna see all in my little workspace. But I'm gonna turn the camera over so y'all can see this picture. It says awful. Watch. Can you see that? That's messed up. It says awful. Shaq Fu 1994 awful. I hope y'all was able to see that because I wasn't able to find it on my tablet. Like I said before, when I type in the same exact sentence across different devices, I yield different results. So I don't get the same answers on any of the devices. But perhaps you saw that. Let me keep moving forward. This is quite interesting. Now my mouse slid down. All right, the mouse slid down. Here it is. Shaq the Hedgehog, Shaq Super Mario Brothers primarily. I would like that. Who would he be? Like, who would be his partner in crime if Shaquille O'Neal had a Super Mario version of the video game? Who would be his partner? That would be dope. I'm really feeling this. You can watch this video to see the review. It has Shaq Fu 1994 platform, initially released on the Sega Genesis and Super NES in 1994, with ports later following the Game Gear. Dang, they said Game Gear, y'all. Ah, that was funny. Thank you, Kevin. See here, miracles happen in mysterious ways. Things works in mysterious ways, y'all. See, Kevin came up in here and got a miracle. Now you tell everybody if you want to be healed or wake up out of your coma, please, I implore you, I urge you to turn on to Elay TV, Morning Moo, Monday Motivation, and get your healing. Now, if you don't mind, Cash App is at the top, and I'm glad that she rose up and got healed. Congratulations. Miracle Mondays, Morning Moo, LA TV. Miracles happen once in a while if you just believe. And I'm so glad you believed. Testimony. Hey, and it's not even Sunday. See there? Welcome in, have a seat. If you can, we have our drinks and our cereals with us. Some of us making whole 5-course meal breakfasts. Yes, I said breakfasts. I have some Fruit Loops in my bowl. It's not filled all the way, but that's what I have currently. Thank you guys so much for pressing the like button. It helps out a lot. Gameplay. It says a 2D fighting game. 2D fighting game where players control Shaquille O'Neal as he is transported to another dimension to save a boy named Nizu from an evil mummy. Now, this plot is already reminding me of Shazam. Now, there's this controversy where they're saying that the comedian Sinbad was Shazam first. Is it Shazam or Kazam? Sinbad was Kazam first, and then came Shaquille O'Neal. It was some stuff going on about that, but I do remember Kazam because I thought that was a great movie. I am Kazam, Zam. I'm like, this is really cool. I wish we had access to a genie. You know, it made me think of all those cool, wonderful things as kids think of. If I had a genie, what would I do? I'll wish my mother and father away. That's the stuff I said under my breath. Or like at the time, I had my godbrother would come over to our house and we would walk to school together. So I remember us watching that movie together one day. But yeah, I don't even think I had to. At that time, I believe I was smart enough not to tell him what I really would wish for, because he'll tell his mom, and his mom would, in turn, the word to get back to my parents. So I kept it PG. Even though he was my godbrother, I knew he was going to tell his mom, and his mom was going to end up telling everybody else in the church, and it would have got back to my parents. Why would you wish for something like that? Why would you say something like that? You gonna have them people coming back around here checking on you. Nonetheless, Shazam is dope. I cannot believe they said Game Gear, y'all. Was Game Gear first before, dang, I was about to say the Body Glove. Oh my gosh, I'm really getting caught up in this time vortex right now. Game Gear, Game Boy, and Agma. Those were the platforms Shaq Fu was on. So it says, once again, a 2D fighting game where players control Shaquille O'Neal as he is transported to another dimension to save a boy named Nizu from an evil mummy. Reception. Widely panned for its poor controls and mechanics. So about the controls and mechanics, because Big Papa said he played the game and he didn't have a good experience with it. I know he didn't say it was trash, but he did leave his comment. But it is trash. Oh my gosh. So Big Papa said he played it and it wasn't a good game. So did it really have anything to do with the controls and the mechanics? Was that true? Like, first of all, which device were you playing Shaq Fu on for you to yield those types of results, right? Sega Genesis. So we had a Sega Genesis console. The first one, was it the first one? It was all black and the controls were shaped kind of like crescents from Pillsbury Doughboy, but they were black. And so how could they mess up the control? How could they mess that up? It's not like They stuffed Shaquille O'Neal into the actual game, and he had to control it. How could they mess up the controls of the game like that? You wanted to play Game Gear so bad? Man, it's a lot of games I wanted to play. You know, all I could do was look like the poor, pitiful kid looking at all the rich kids play with their toys. I feel you, you know. It's a sad shame. I don't know what's worse. I'm speaking from a place of experience. Living in the place of poverty, and one day you go to another side of town and you see kids happy and playing games and stuff, and they have so many toys and stuff you never heard of before, and you're just like, wow, I didn't know life could be like this. Or looking at them eat food that you've never seen before. It's like, no, I didn't know they have food like that. It's like, man, I wish I never saw it. But yeah, that's how I felt with those video games that I never got to witness or experience. And on a good day, if you were lucky, depending on what side of town you went to, they will have the games like at Kmart, let's just say for lack of a better description, where you can actually try out the games in the stores. The closest that I will ever get to ownership of video game consoles is playing them in the store, trying not to cry, trying not to look overly excited. Like that's the poor kid who don't have nothing, and this is the only time they'll be able to touch a video game console. I was like, it's here, y'all. It's here. LA, get your behind back over here. Oh man, I gotta go. But nonetheless, I'm sorry for all of y'all who didn't get a chance to experience it. Now I have a portable with all the retro consoles built in. You dig? I know. I first started seeing video games like that with all the games stuffed inside when I was frequently, quite often during the days of my youth at like Family Dollar around Christmas time. They will have the mini consoles where they'll have primarily all the old school games, the retro games into one. So that helped lift my spirits. It showed me that there was another way to get back into the video game groove that I missed due to, and it's not unforeseen circumstances. It was just due to we was poor and couldn't get it. Moveless. That sounds like a song. Moveless, moveless, something, 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 something. Say, girl. Thank you. Record coming out in a couple of days. Let me go back to the comments. Oh, let me see here. Let me get that one out of here. But as I was saying, those were the days. And now that we are adults and we can do whatever the heck we want to do, albeit the consequences, keeping the consequences in mind. And the fact that we can get those retro games and stuff, I really do appreciate that because it makes up for a lot of things we could not get. I'm thankful for resale shops and pawn shops because they have all that stuff in there. If you want to experience going to an actual store, buying it in person, used or not. Yes, exactly. That's funny, Lil Wayne. Sit down. We have here, once again, Reception, widely panned for its poor controls and mechanics. It is now considered one of the worst video games ever made. I'd rather be on a list of worst video games ever made than not be on the list at all. So Shaquille O'Neal, shout out to him for just living his dream. I can't say that much for sure. Come to think about it, what are these other basketball players doing that is outside of the box besides brand deals, like for athletic wear, being a rapper on the side, or selling some type of alcohol, or I don't know. NBA people not supposed to sell alcohol. I think that's for the rap people. But y'all know what I'm saying. What other fun creative things are these basketball players doing compared to Shaquille O'Neal? He's got Shaq shoes. What makes Shaquille O'Neal so different in reference to the shoes is that his is in Walmart. His stuff is attainable. It's not out of reach. So by default, he's won the crowd over. I to this day like the Shaquille O'Neal shoes. They were quite comfortable. Ooh, it has Sega, Nintendo, Neo Geo, etc. built in. Wow. What's going on, Sky? What's going on? The only scary thing is taxes. They never go away. They keep coming and coming and coming. How can you dress up? You know how some people dress up for Halloween? How would you dress up as taxes? Apart from being that guy, the typical costume to be in the tax man is dressing up as the guy in the tall hat in the red, white, and blue, right? There's got to be another creative way you can make being a tax person more frightening. Taxes, man. What's going on, Bradley Finn Sharp? Moo to you too. Thank you for coming in. But yes, like Benji was saying, I too enjoyed the fun of going into stores, playing the video games. The last time I experienced going into a store and playing video games, I was in my adulthood at that time, and that was before stores really started changing. And I was at Target. I used to play off and on at Target. But unfortunately, y'all, by that time, I got so disconnected with video games because life was life and I didn't really have the skills anymore, but I still have the love for the game. I have an amazing video game idea that will do amazing well in the UK. I just need to find someone to help me with it. I hope you find the right kind of people for that. A group of people who's not going to take advantage of you and take away your idea. But I do hope you find a group of people who can help you make that happen. So congratulations on your idea. And I really hope that you find somebody to help you with that. What's going on, Corpse Ghost? Perfect timing, because we were talking about how in the world could you make dressing up as taxes be spooky for Halloween instead of dressing up as the traditional tax man in the red, white, and blue. We need something a little more spookier if we're going to be dressing up as taxes, because taxes is a beast. We've got Shaq Fu, a Legend Reborn. Have y'all played Shaq Fu, a Legend Reborn? It sounds like Beast Wars. Did y'all used to watch Beast Wars in the early 90s? I am reborn. I'm like, what now? I used to say that all the time when I watched Beast Wars. And my mom didn't really like when I said that because I think it sounded to her like occultism. So that encouraged me to go around the house saying no more. I am reborn, just to make her mad. Shaq has his own gummy bears. No way. Are you serious? Let me put that in the tab, Tarsus, so I can hover over to that after I finish reading about. I was about to say Shaq Fu the Requiem. I don't think it's called Shaq Fu the Requiem, although that would be a dope title. So hold on. So let me put SHAQ O'Neal gummy bears. So I'll leave that tab open and go back to finish. Shaq Fu, a Legend Reborn, came out in 2018. What's going on, Leroy Adams? Wow, welcome in from Durham, and I'm sorry if I said it wrong. Platform released on PC, see, Nintendo, Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox. Now I do enjoy playing games on PC. I haven't played many, but it's fun. Gameplay. A beat-em-up game with different mechanics from the original. It features a comedic tone, really, and many references to Shaquille's career on the original game. Have y'all played Shaq Fu Part 2, basically? Hello. Yep, welcome to Morning Moo Monday Motivations, helping you power moo your work week. Reception. Here we go. We're about to read what people thought about Shaq Part 2, y'all. Reception. Receive a general... Oh, come on. Can the guy catch a break? Receive generally negative reviews, y'all. Whew, though some praised its humor and action, while others criticized repetitive combat controls. You want to talk about repetitive combat controls? When I was trying to play Karate Kid on Nintendo, I only knew how to do one move. Man, I was terrible at video games all the way through childhood to my current day. It's a sad shame. You know, everything isn't for everyone. I should say this. I enjoy video gaming, but my skills are so awful. The trash. They're just trash. LA's video game is trash. But I still play. I've come to accept my sad reality and my walk in life that I will not be a good video gamer, and I made my peace with it. I cried actual tears, y'all, when I was like, I'm not that girl. I cried actual tears, y'all. It was worse than a breakup. Because when you break up with folks, I'm talking about my past, you get on with it. But when you go home to your thoughts, you out of work, you out of a bad relationship, you go play on the video, you turn on the video game console, and all you constantly hearing is, game over, loser, you big fat loser, ha ha ha, finish him, ha ha ha, fatality, boo 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 boo, next time, sucker. I mean, if I'm constantly hearing that, on top of coming home for some bad news, I'm gonna break down. So all I have left to rely on is a box of bonbons to make myself feel happy. I can't keep sitting around looking at the TV and watching others play video games while I'm munching on dang donuts all day. That's deflated. I'm supposed to be in video games kicking somebody's butt to get out my frustration and grief. But even in video game world, I'm still getting my behind handed to me. How can I look in the mirror at myself and say that I am victorious in this moment on that day? I couldn't. I grieved, y'all. I think it took me a couple of years to accept the fact that I'm just not a good gamer. I'm still a little bit sore right here. I'm sad. There's a little me that y'all don't see that's grieving, crying on the inside, weeping. How you doing, Donald Rivers? Shaq has his own cologne scent. What's it called? Tidal Wave by Shaquille O'Neal. Do you believe you're going to heaven or hell? Crack the sky. Here we go. Thankfully, I could say I'm going to heaven. It's a scary question because it's a scary question. So we have Shaquille O'Neal has, what is it, cologne? Tarsus, I'm opening up a new tab to talk about that. What if the cologne is called Shaq Fu? That's dope. So hold on. The Shaquille O'Neal, come on, computer. Shaq. As many times as I've typed Shaquille O'Neal's name, I still by default type it wrong. It's SHAQ. I want to add the U at the end because, you know, in school, our teacher says anything with the Q always follows a U. So when I'm typing Shaq, I'm want to type in SHAK, SHACK, or SHAQUE, or SHAQU. Somebody help me. Help me, please. So let me put that in here and get back to finishing up about, unfortunately, the reviews about Shaq Fu Part 2. So he generally received negative views, y'all, in part two, though some praised his humor and action, while others criticized repetitive combat and controls. Saturday afternoon gaming, Shaq Fu. It looks fun. I see a picture here. He's wearing like these really cool shorts that actually to me reference the Orlando Magic. Man, I miss the way basketball, everything looked in the 90s, man. The stuff was just so dope back then, right? So here's a deep dive. This is where I want to go now. Here's the deep dive in AI mode in reference to both of the games. I'm good at Counter-Strike, but that's high IQ stuff. Remember the days we would get the video game magazines, Game Informer? Do they still make that? Last time I looked up Game Informer, they said they primarily, correct me if I'm wrong because I'm not up here stunting like I'm an expert. I primarily read that Game Informer transition more or less on the as a, what do you call it, y'all? On internet. Their magazine still lives on more strongly by way of internet opposed to buying it in a store. I would prefer to order copies of Game Informer as an actual physical copy because it's nothing like having that around. So Shaq Fu is a 2D fighting game released in 1994 for the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo Entertainment System, SNES, which later became notorious for its poor quality. Doggone it, AI overview. The game features former professional basketball player Shaquille O'Neal as the central character. Central character! Which is dope because how many other basketball players say there have been the central character of any video game like that? None. So we have the game in here. And moving forward, it says, y'all, thank you so much for pressing the like. It really means a lot. Thank y'all so much. I mean that. The plot of the game is unusual and fantastical. I like that word. Fantastical is not unusual. Dun, 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 dun. Do you know on Teen Titans Go, Raven was in this dance contest and she was doing this doofy dance, and it was similar to like the Carlton dance for Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but that's how Raven actually danced too. She's like, oh, yeah, do 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 do. But yeah, the plot of the game is unusual and fantastical and not at all related to basketball, which is really cool because it takes you away from always being surrounded by basketball, because that is Shaquille O'Neal's world, and it put him into a whole new world of fantasy. So if anything, what's going on, Mr. Moo? If anything, I think they should go back in time and give him an award for separating basketball and having another whole different world. They weren't thinking like that back then. I think Shaq was really ahead of his time, or right on time, in reference to marketing and branding and not being afraid to be himself. I really enjoyed Dennis Rodman because he was unapologetically himself. And then on the same thought process of creativity, there's Dennis Rodman. He was way out there, but I really admire him to this day for that. And then there's Shaquille O'Neal, who's also on the creative thought process as a basketball player. So the both of them are really cool in their own ways. So Shaquille O'Neal was creative, and that's what we're talking about now. How the game had nothing to do with basketball. It showed a more happier side of him and his playful side and his family-oriented side. While on his way to a charity basketball game in Tokyo, Shaq wanders into a dojo. He is thrust into a different dimension, the second world, where he is prophesied to be a warrior. Oh, Shaquille O'Neal, gosh darn it, enough fence to go be a warrior. To get home, Shaq must fight through several enemies and defeat the evil mummy Set Ra. who was kidnapped by a young boy. Ercerla. Yeah. So Sarah kidnapped the pole child, and Shaq must sail. It reminds me of Eddie Murphy a little bit, the golden child or the golden kid, the golden corral, the golden something. Something was golden. Living my life like it's 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 golden. Oh, there's only a couple of things in life that I want to be gold. My chicken to be golden brown, and the sun moving forward. Yuck, moo to you all too. Let me see here. To get home, Shaq must fight through several enemies and defeat the evil mummy set Rob. The fighting gameplay featured digitized graphics. Digitized graphics, y'all. Similar to Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat. Yeah, boy. That song, it's a great song, but after a while, it kept getting played over and over. It's kind of, unfortunately, an addictive song. So it's kind of like psychological warfare at a time, because you get so hyped, then all of a sudden it's like, I need you to turn it off. But it's like, it's hard to turn it off. So it's like, this is me going, this is the radio. This is me trying to go to the radio. Turn that off. I've had the Mortal Kombat song playing for 17 hours straight. But when I try to press my finger to turn it off, it's really hard. I get caught up in the sound, and then all of a sudden I'm in here spinning around fighting, looking crazy, but in my mind it's me kicking butt and really doing all the moves, and I am somebody in that moment. I'm kicking everybody's butt that I wish I could have kicked in real life, especially people who beat me in video games. I'm a winner in that moment. But it's like, turn that music off, but it's like, it's so hard, because every time that music come back around, I am somebody. So I get caught up in this whirlwind of trying to turn the music off and then get caught back up in the hype of it all. It's just so sad. And y'all, I don't even have the song playing. This is just me hearing it in my head. Help me. Behold the power of songs. Behold the power of music. Behold the healing powers of Elay TV, because if y'all don't know, we healed somebody's grandmother today. She woke up out of her coma just to shut me off. She can walk and she's conscious. Thank you. You never know what you're gonna get here on Elay TV, Morning Moo, Monday Motivation. I'm helping moo power moo your work week, and I am currently helping myself power through my work week. Here's a platform difference, y'all. I sound like Porky Pig. Talk about get tongue-tied. I definitely got tongue-tied. Did you know that user Draco Sum is secretly potato? No! Not at all, Draco. I didn't know about that. It's a lot of things I don't know, which is why I'm always looking around here going live learning stuff almost every day. 5 days out of the week trying to learn stuff. Thank you for that information. Shaq had products like Shaq-a-roni and Shaq and Cheese. That's dope, man. Shaq-a-roni and cheese. Oh my goodness, I cannot. Oh, I'm laughing at myself on that. Man, that's dope. That sounds like something Scooby-Doo. Shaquille O'Neal, if you listen, I'm quite sure you are. How about Can you be a debut on Scooby-Doo? They put all the latest celebrities on these modern day Scooby-Doos now. Why not be on there promoting your shakaroni and cheese? That'd be dope, right? I think so. Oh man, so platform difference. Shaq Fu was released across multiple platforms, with the Genesis version containing more characters and stages than the SNES version. The Game Boy and Game Gear ports feature fewer characters and modes than their console counterparts. What? I need to read that again because I didn't catch everything. Shaq Fu was released across multiple platforms, with the Genesis version containing more characters and stages than the SNES version. The Game Boy and Game Gear ports, featured fewer characters and modes than their console counterparts. Y'all, that's all one sentence. Every single thing that I read over twice, it didn't have it. That was all one sentence, y'all. That was all one sentence. I'm like, breathe. Shaq Fu was released across multiple platforms, with the Genesis version containing more characters and stages than the end. Oh, there is a period right there. Girl, put on your goddamn glasses. I will put on my glasses if y'all had them here for me. I don't want to risk looking like a nerd, looking crazy. But if I got to put on my glasses to see it, I will. I'm going to put my glasses on today, y'all. I'm having a tough time seeing. Oh, man, I wish I never said that. Here he come. I was doing good. I was an hour in, and here he come.
LA, you need to put on your glasses. It's not about whether they're gonna like you or not.
I know that. I don't need a pep talk.
You put on your dang glasses. When's the last time you had an eye check, LA? Put your glasses on.
Please sit down and stop yelling at me. I'm back. Ooh, y'all, I gotta put my glasses on today. Hello from Canada. Welcome in, Wonder Bucket. Pleased to meet you. Thank you from Canada. That is amazing. We have people from all walks of life. We have people from America, Canada, Australia. Thank you for coming in. Mr. Big Candy Bar is another product only in Canada by Shaq. No way. How come we... Why don't we get that? I'm having to fit like a spoiled brat. No fair. I want that too. Pikachu. Let me adjust my legs. It's falling asleep. Whoa. It is feeling like it's about to want to fall asleep, my leg, so I'm going to adjust it. I'm sitting right here regular in my little work area, content with what I have, right here on the floor with a pillow, counting my blessings. I had to be more attentive to be focused on that. I tell you, it's a nice thing. So yeah, so what I'm doing, I'm actually in YouTube Studio because I am going to add Shaquille O'Neal. I normally do because I really believe these people, whether they admit it or not, I believe that they do watch our videos. So I like having access to social media because this is my way of being able to really connect with the celebrities. Not that I'm chasing fame, but it's like if I have an idea, how else am I going to be able to tell them my idea that I want to share with them? I'll feel bad if I did give it the old try and not at them. You know, you only live once, so I take these opportunities to share. Y'all, I thought I accidentally knocked my background down. I have my background on here. It's pinned up with thumbtacks. And it's blue. You can hardly see the blue though. It's really weird because sometimes with the lighting, the blue shows up great. And I like the color blue. And it's really nice. So for me not to be able to see the blue on the camera, I'm scratching my head like, wow, foe. Now, Shaq is S-H-A-Q. S-H-A-Q. There it is. And let me put, he's got another name too. Oh yeah, Shaq Diesel. Hold on. S-H-A-Q. Y'all, please, let me see here. There we go. So let me save that and put, just a second, y'all. I'm actually putting this in here. You only live once. Let me tell these people all this stuff. There. And you only live once, man. A couple SHO and save a couple of people. I found out a couple of things over my time off too. You wouldn't even be able to notice, you know. Loss of a friend who's passed, and the loss of a social media mogul has passed, you know. Dealing with grief is the pits, but I'm still here. But you only live once, y'all. So if y'all ever want to say anything to a celebrity and you're waiting for that perfect moment, use social media to be that perfect moment and just put out a video. I hope it's respectful words, but you know, be mindful with how you say it. If you have a celebrity who's still alive and you just want to talk about them and to thank them for the things that they helped them with, or if there's people in your life, I encourage you to make a video to express that, because it'd be out there. Because, man, the world's going to keep turning and you may lose your opportunity. Okay, so I'm back on the beat. I just added Shaquille O'Neal in this video. I've added him, I believe, in all the other videos I've done. So let me go back to what I was saying. Thank you guys so much for waiting while I was doing that. That's really nice. So we have here platform differences. And there was just differences because that was a mouthful, y'all. That was a mouthful for the Shaq Fu differences. It was released on multiple platforms, and let's leave it at that. The Game Boy and the Game Gear ports featured fewer characters and modes than their console counterparts. So back then, it was probably Shaq Fu Lite and Shaq Fu Extreme, depending on which type of device you had. Oh my gosh, you crazy kittens. There is also a product called Love Shack Vodka. Oh my gosh, so he do have an alcoholic beverage. But you know what? It's not like he's just leaning on the beverage of alcohol to just get him through. He's got several other product placements, so I'm cool with that. So let me put here, critical reception. While the initial review of Shaq Fu were mixed, the game has since gained a reputation as one of the worst video games of all time. Reviewers at the time criticized the game's flawed fighting mechanics, with one publication noting that it included everything a fighting game needed, with the exception of good fighting. What? That's like a backhanded compliment. OMG. Dude. Okay, so let me see. Later retrospective echoes this criticism, finding the concept ridiculous and the gameplay weak. Whatever. I roll and talk to the hand, okay? Just talk to the hand. I mean, they're just really going in on this game, y'all. They're really going in on this game. Despite its infamous reputation, the game received an indirect sequel in 2018 with Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn. He tried again. Very good. Game genre shift. In the departure from the original, the sequel is a side-scrolling beat-em-up game. What do they mean by side-scrolling beat-em-up game? Self-aware humor. The game acknowledges the original negative reputation and uses self-depreciating, often politically incorrect humor. So it seems like in part 2, they did read the description did say it was more humorous, even though it was boring. It has some humor about it. So it seems, if I'm gathering the information correctly, it's basically the creators of Shaq Fu One making lemonades out of the lemons that they got in return for the raves of the people. New plot, so which is why they put self-aware humor. The game acknowledges the original's negative reputation and uses self-depreciating, often politically correct humor. New plot, y'all. The reboot's plot recast Shaq as a Chinese orphan. Oh my gosh. We really dipping in the helms of fantasy and imagination. Okay, so the game acknowledges, where am I? The reboot plot recast Shaq as a Chinese orphan who uses his kung fu skills to fight off a demon invasion disguised as celebrity culture. Now that's saying something. Shaquille O'Neal had the permission to run along with that type of plot. That was in 2018. That's crazy. He said the demons of celebrity culture. I'm surprised they let him get away with saying talk like that. It's people talking that talk now on social media now, you know, calling celebrities monsters and, you know, all that stuff. But back then, if you talk like that, you can get rolled up out of Hollywood. So I'm surprised they let him get away with that. But then again, it's like, the illusion was still prevalent, so it sounded more fantasy than based in unfortunate reality. So maybe that's why he didn't get in trouble. Maybe he got a slap on the wrist. But even in 2018, people were still unfortunately under the strong illusion that Hollywood was perfect and the epitome of what one person should attain to be. So moving on from that, reception. The sequel also received mixed to negative reviews for its repetitive gameplay and short length. So was the game easy to beat because it's saying that the game wasn't even that long. What's going on, Sharnice? Welcome in and good morning to you and you and you. You love Shaq Vodka? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to check it out. There's so much stuff I want to look at. So there's one more point on here, and then we can go into all the other Shaq Fu products. We can get into all the other Shaq products that Shaquille O'Neal has. Let me fix this light. Hold on. Let me turn it down a smidget. It says DCL, a downloadable content pack titled Barack Fu, The Adventures of Dirty Barry was later released, featuring the fictionalized Barack Obama. Did you know that? This is news to me. It's news to me so much so I'm going to copy and paste this whole thing and put it into the chat. Here's a fun fact that I didn't even know about. Let me put this in here. Did you guys know this? Once again, as it loads up, a downloadable content pack titled Barack Fu, The Adventures of Dirty Barry was later released featuring a fictionalized Barack Obama. I didn't know that, Shaquille O'Neal. So basically he has 3 video games. It's a downloadable game. Didn't even know about that. That's crazy. OMG. So I might have to come back to that. So let me write this down because I want to move forward into what Tarsus was talking about. So the first note today is, oh my gosh, you guys, I think today is the 13th. Not to be mixed up with Friday the 13th, but yep, it's Monday, October 13th, y'all, and the time for me is a smooth 10:21 a.m. Where is the time going? It's going everywhere. But it's being used in a good way. Let me see. So let me type in Barack Fu. I'll come back to that. BARACK Fu. Next, I'm going off into the land of Tarsus because he brought us some cool points. The Shaq gummy bears. I want to read about these gummy bears. Tell me more, please. Tell me more, Hold on, we are coming to you now. Tarsus, thanks for bringing up these fun facts about the Shaq Fu gummy bears. I'm waiting for AI to load up. It won't take but 5 seconds, but I'm waiting for it to load up. Shaquille O'Neal's gummy candies are called Shakalicious gummies, and they are produced in partnership with the Hershey's Company. I didn't know that, y'all. The XL in the name refers to their oversized, larger-than-life nature, similar to Shaq's personality. That is wonderful. What's going on, Gus? Welcome in. I like your thumbnail. That's nice. Hidden G40, what's going on? Welcome in. Trying to become a pro boxer and get in the ring and beat some of the best, hopefully will be known one day. Very good, and you will be. Keep going. It's as cliche as it sounds, it's the truth. Keep pushing forward to that. I'm glad you found something that you really enjoy doing to keep you moving forward in life. That's cool. Let me find some boxing gloves. Do we still have boxing glove emojis available? Yeah. So let me put that in here. Congratulations, first and foremost. Keep going. Yeah. I just typed that too. I typed yeah. I talk like I type. I type like I talk. I mean, like, how else am I supposed to type? Good mercy, you know, HIJKLMNOP. Here we go. So there you go. Yeah, that's for you. Hidden G40. Keep going. Go. No round of applause for you. I'm happy for you. That's good. We have something we're going to get into or keep getting into, right? Yeah. What's up, Benji? So this is cool. I don't care to eat gummy bears because I worry about it getting stuck in my teeth. I cannot say I don't like them. It's been years since I've actually had them, but I get so concerned about my teeth, and I just don't want to deal with the maintenance afterwards, you know. But they're really pretty. That don't stop me from buying gummy bears because they're really pretty. So this is a package that I would want to buy. I had no idea that these Shaq Fu there were Shaq Fu Shaquille O'Neal gummy bears called Shakalicious gummy bears in general. And then on top of that, y'all, they're bigger. I want to buy a package and open them up and see just how big they are. That sounds so cute, don't it? Giant gummy bears. So the factors about Shakalicious gummies. Thank you so much for bringing this topic up, Tarsus. It says 3 varieties. The lineup includes 3 different types, y'all. Original, shaped like Shaquille's smiling face, and comes in peach, berry, punch, and orange flavors. Well, I don't want it to be shaped like his face. I want him to be shaped like bears. I don't want to see his face on my food that I'm going to eat. I'm expected to see him on the package only. But to each his own. Sours. These are also oversized and come in green watermelon, mixed berry, and pineapple flavors. Sneakers shape. Okay, I'll probably have to get that. A newer addition to the lineup features gummies shaped like sneakers in mango, lime, and strawberry flavors. Now that sounds good. Oh my gosh, I would be surprised if they have a medicated variety. All these celebrities have gotten into the legalese of street pharmaceuticals nowadays. I wouldn't be surprised if he already do, but Shaq love the kids and I don't really want to promote that. So if you know, it's one of those situations. But yeah, I'm Shaq Fu and I do have those types of gummies for the adult people, but I just don't talk about that too much. Yeah. I've heard about Mike Tyson's Mike Bites, but Mike Tyson, the way his personality and his persona is set up, it's like, of course, it's expected for him to have something like that. It's Mike Tyson, you know? So it's more expected from him. But once again, to each his own. Let me fix this light again, because it's this glare with my glasses. I have to put my glasses on today, y'all. And it's a lot better. I'm trying to figure out a way to have this light. Just a second, y'all. I just took the time to realize that the glare of the that's better. Ooh, mercy. Help me, please. Yes, please. Very good. Are you going to have them on your page too? Very good. We would like to see your journey about that. Once I put this light down somewhere, I'm going to write that down. Gravy train dog food. Gravy train dog food. Gravy train dog food. Well, if y'all not complaining, I'm not complaining. But let me put this light back down here in this little slot and keep moving. Oh, so let me put this in here. Yes, we would love to see your journey. And I hope that you have a great, healthy team around you to support you and lift you up and not try to be doing some bad stuff to bring you down. But when and if you see that, you know, you get that out of your camp. I want you to be surrounded by a good camp of people so you can keep on your journey. Dang it, light. Let me write this thought down. Hidden G. That's excellent. Soon to be uploading. I'm so happy that my cool people are here and we're all talking about the things that we want to do in life, and we're actually doing it or putting together some type of plan to get that action in motion or to strengthen up what we're already doing. Boxing videos. Boy, I tell you, having this clipboard has helped me stay on point. So I want to try the sneaker shaped ones. A newer addition to the line features gummy shaped like sneakers, like mango, lime, strawberry flavors. That sounds really fun, y'all. Don't it? Flavor and texture. The gummies are known for being chewy and bursting with fruity flavor. Reviews indicate that the texture is not dry or overly sticky. Now, see, that's my concern, which is why I don't fool around with gummy bears eating them, because the stickiness of it all. I don't like having all that stuck to my teeth. I don't, I'm taking care of my teeth. I don't want, but nonetheless, so this is encouraging because it says it's not overly sticky. So that's pretty cool. Availability. They can be found at various retailers across the U.S. and Canada, including Walmart, CVS Pharmacy, and World Market. World Market, y'all. Packaging. The candies come in a bag and feature a bright, vibrant colors. Dietary information. Now, why do we need to read the dietary information about candy? It's candy. Next. Eat at your own discretion. Packaging. The candies come in a bag featured bright, vibrant colors. Fun branding. The candies branding emphasizes fun and is marketed for sharing or snacking on your own, rather for a party, road trip, or a snack at home. For a snack at home. Snack at home, y'all. And let me see here. Now I want to look at a picture. I want to see a picture of these snacks. There they are, and look it's Shaqalicious extra large gummies in this pink and purple and blue. The colors are white. And it's got Shaquille O'Neal's face. That's crazy. I don't want the ones with his face, but I'll take the shoes one. And then I see another one on here, y'all. It looks like in a green package. That looks fun. So I'm scrolling down looking at everything. The various flavors of them all. This is cool, people. There's reviews and everything about these snacks. I wonder what people think about them. Ooh. So they have different flavors. What I want to know what the green bag is. We have a lot of Shaq food stuff in here. So I'm happy about that. Let me see what else we have. We have the green bag, we have the purple bag, we have the bag that I don't want to try because his face is on it. Why would I want to eat Shaquille O'Neal's face? It don't make sense. So I'm thinking that they'll probably have the Shaquille O'Neal gummies and what is it? I'm quite sure they'll have his stuff in Dollar Tree, Dollar General, and Family Dollar. Because the way the packaging looked online, let me look at it. They have this husband and wife couple. I'm going to assume it's a husband and wife couple where they were eating the food in the car. And in the store, it looks like a setup. Okay, Walmart, of course, Walmart, but no, the store that they were using, it looked like your general Dollar Tree type of store. I'm going to ask, can I buy Shaq Fu gummies at Dollar General? Because we're closer to a Dollar General. So if it says yes, so our Shaq, SHAQ gummies, our Shaq gummies have sold at Dollar General. I hope it says yes. Oh. Yes, Dollar General sells Shaqalicious extra large gummies. They are available online through their website and at the company's products. And the company's products are generally available in their physical store. So we can get them nearby. Oh my gosh, really? It caused you to order the wrong cable for your headphones. Will you be able to take it back? The thing is, who wants to go through all of that? You know, you spend the time to do the research and then it's the wrong thing. I am so sorry about that. You're returning it today? Yeah, I did some research on my computer. My husband bought me a new computer because my other one, my other computer is shorted out and we had to take it to the shop. We just haven't gotten it around to it. So I had to do a lot of research. I compared my notes versus the Amazon customer reviews versus what AI was telling me. So I had to have two different things open to actually be sure if I was making the right choice. So, whew. And then even when you do your research sometimes like that, you're still holding your breath and stuff, hoping that all the research you did, you didn't miss anything important. Because, yeah, you got to do all the returning. So you spent $50, 50 pounds, which is probably around $70 on a cable. Oh, man. I'm sorry that happened. But I'm glad you'll be able to get a refund. Hoping a speedy return process for you. I'm actually waiting on a refund myself through Amazon. So I know how that goes. They're quick to take your funds, slow to send them back if you're not pleased with something. Isn't that something? They'll take your funds all day. But take up to 45 days to give you your money back. Will you get credit for something? Will you get credit or something for returning the other? Well, it depends on where you're ordering from. Some, they'll give you, if you're ordering from a credit or debit, they usually will give that back to you up to 14 business days, seems like, between 1 to 14 business days if it's a credit or debit card. If you're ordering something through Amazon, but it's through a merchant or a marketer person that's not affiliated with Amazon, but it's a regular mom and pop store or something, their return policy, they may have one. It might be 30 days, guaranteed money back type of situation, but nonetheless, but fire store credit and return. I specifically bought, I think, a fanny pack or something from Amazon maybe 2 summers ago, and it was just too small. So I believe I did get an Amazon credit and not my money back. Why? I don't know. But I was okay with that because I shop on Amazon quite frequently. So with that specific fanny pack, I wasn't able to get my cash, but it gave me my, I think it was like $8 or something back in Amazon cash. So what I did was just put that towards getting the correct fanny pack. Yup, that's what I'm saying. Yup, that's what I'm trying to say. I think it depends on the retailer. Uh-huh. So, but with electronics, I want to take an educated guess at this based on me ordering random things. I'm going to say when it comes to probably like electronics or something, they will issue out a cash refund. But if it's something else, probably like I said, I ordered a fanny pack. They're just going to be like, take this Amazon gift card. We sorry. Yeah, or have it repaired. What's going on, KS? Yeah. And a moo 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 to you too. And a shoo moo moo. And a shoo moo moo. Yeah, so I want to look for I want to see a picture. What I'm curious about the Shaq gummies because I looked it up on the images section and I saw a green bag. I want to see what's in the green bag. What flavor is the Shaq SHAAU SHAQ gummies in the green bag? Those actually look interesting. Here they are. Shaquille O'Neal is making a sweet debut with new Shaq-alicious XL gummies. Let me go to images. Here they are. See, what caught my attention was not necessarily that they were in the green bag, but it's because they're different shapes. Because I've already mentioned I don't want the original ones because it's his face and that's kind of weird. I don't want to eat something with his face on it. That don't feel right to me to do. Even the thought of it sounds wrong. But these look like a cactus, an actual gummy bear, and a flower in here. Let me see if I can magnify this picture. It's cute. Wow. So the green bag looks fun, and it's the sour bag, guys. I'm happy about it. So he's got, out of the 3 options, he's got 2 options I wanted to try. The ones where the gummies are shaped like shoes, and then the sour ones. So I can dig it. Now, my concern about gummies is the fact that they are too sticky for my teeth. However, I never said anything about the taste. And when I keep thinking about these gummy bears, for some reason it seems like if I cut them up in fine pieces and put them in ice cream, ooh, that sounds delicious. I think we've got us a frozen treat on our hands, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Thank you for coming in. We've got Adam 420. Welcome in. Thank you for coming into the live stream. We're just chatting it up about Shaquille O'Neal. So do I. It's got to be a way they can. You know what? Let me finish my thought. There's got to be a way they can make gummy bears healthy. And you know what? There is a way they can make gummy bears healthy. You know why I say that? Because they have in the vitamin section vitamin gummies for those who don't want to swallow pills all day. They're starting to have more vitamins like, B12s, multivitamins in gummy form. So, having said that, it can be done. You know how cool that would be? What's going on, Justin Roman? Welcome in and good morning. Good morning to you too. I'm going to put I think there is really a cool way they can make gummies healthy for us to eat. Yeah, let's protest. Folks protesting about any and everything nowadays. Let's protest about making gummy bears healthy. Exactly. There's nothing wrong with that. There's got to be a way. It's no different from Jello. It's just a still. It's Jello and gummy bears. To me, it's the same difference. They're both jiggly, gelatinous. It's the term I learned from a cartoon. A gelatinous substance or texture form. And it's pretty. And then all you do is just get you and mince it with some other stuff like food or protein bars and put it in the gummy. So yeah, you think Jello was a lot more of a water content? It probably is. But then you get your water too. I'm going back to my first tab to remind myself that Guerrilla Warfare is Shaquille O'Neal's fifth album. Guerrilla Warfare was released in 2023 under the O'Neal's DJ name Diesel. Shaq Diesel. And marked the transition into dubstep and electronic dance music while retaining rap and hip-hop music. And then we covered Shaquille O'Neal's video game, which is cool. The Shaq Fu video games parts 1 and 2. Folks talked about part 1 and unfortunately they talked about part 2. But what gave Shaq Fu part 2, according to AI Overview, its season of grace is because the creators of Shaq Fu incorporated all the things they heard about people saying bad stuff about the game and incorporated it and made fun of it in part 2. So that's what made it fun. Yeah, we were talking about that, Ken Delson, wondering if Shaq had some of those kinds available, and if he do, it's probably something he probably don't market because he seems more or less more like a family-oriented guy. My next thing on the list, because I accidentally closed the tabs, Shaq Fu has a cologne. Tarsis brought up Shaq Fu having gummy bears, which is why when some of you came in, we were talking about that. So let me go to the top. He's got cologne and the alcoholic beverage too. And then there's a candy bar that they have specifically with Shaquille O'Neal that we don't have here. Isn't that cool? So let me go to Shaquille O'Neal's cologne. Shaq has a body fragrance. Yes, Shaquille O'Neal has a body fragrance, y'all. This is a fun fact. Let me put it in here. Did you guys know this? Because I sure didn't. Let me see if I can copy and paste all this in here. And put PIN, P-I-N. Good morning, everybody. Welcome into Morning Moo Monday Motivation, helping you all power moo your work week. Here's a fun fact I just put in here. Let me scoosh that over and go all the way down to the comments. Shaquille O'Neal has a signature cologne called Shaquille O'Neal. Wow. Tarsus. I know you told us that Shaquille O'Neal has a fragrance, right? And I'm thinking it's going to be called something cool, like Setting Sun with Shaquille O'Neal. You know, Kazam. It's called Shaquille O'Neal. Signature. So, yes, Shaquille O'Neal has a signature cologne called Shaquille O'Neal, which was launched in September 2025. It is an Eau toilet and was initially sold exclusively at JCPenney's. That is really cool. Yo, I don't want JCPenney's to close. I like JCPenney's. It's where they sell all the good stuff. Oh, please, JCPenney's don't close. So thank you for that fun fact information. That's really cool. I'm celebrating about that right now. That's cool. So it says the fragrance features a blend of woody, spicy, and amber notes. Top notes. Bergamot. What is it? bergamot, grapefruit, fruit, and black pepper. Middle note, ooh, suede, charmamon, whatever that is, and benzoin. All masculine sounding flavors, and the base is tonka bean, amber, and musk. It actually sounds like it's going to be good. I see the bottle. Is the bottle purple? Wow. I want to buy some. That's cool. So thank you for that information in reference to Shaquille O'Neal. He's got so many things out here. He's got his hands in so much stuff, don't he? I'm gonna get back to the Shaq Fu video game of it all and see if there's any information that we're missing out. I'm going to ask, can you please provide comments people think okay, so I'm waiting for that to come up. Thank you. Good luck on your appointment. Thank you so much for providing a cool topic for today. I had a lot of fun and I learned a lot more than I expected. Warm wishes and good luck at your appointment and getting your computer part, well, your headphone part. Thank you so much and have a good day. Be sure to eat you some food. Bye-bye. So I want to know more about the Shaq Fu video game. Let me put bye-bye in here too, because Benji provided us with today's topic. Bye. You're welcome. I pulled up a few comments about the Shaq Fu video game, guys. I want to read about it. I asked, can you provide a list of some comments that people made about Shaq Fu? So thank you, AI Overview, for that. And once again, y'all, thank you so much for the likes. I have tons of likes in the chat, and I'm having fun. So here's some negative comments that AI Overview brought up. Dun, dun, dun. Much of the commentary on Shaq Fu focuses on its poor quality, leading to its status as an infamously bad video game, y'all. Whoo! They said the game is bad. Much of the commentary focuses on poor quality, leading to its status as an infamously bad game, a fighting game without good fighting. Reviewers in the 90s, such as Next Generation, recognized that the fighting mechanics was fundamentally flawed. Now that sounds like a fatality move. Fundamentally flawed. Fundamentally flawed. Da-da-da-da. Oh,
You a loser. Quit playing the game. You a loser.
oh my gosh, man, I don't think I would have made it if video games start singing to me that I lost the game. I don't know if I would have made it through. A fighting game without good fighting. Reviewers in the 1900s, such as Next Generation, recognized that the fighting mechanics were fundamentally flawed, with clunky and unresponsive controls. Terrible. Play NBA Jam instead. Dang, somebody said terrible. Play NBA Jam instead. Some critics felt it was a bad idea to put a basketball star in a fighting game, rather than sticking to the sport for which he was famous. But that's what made the game so great, because he didn't just stick to basketball, you know? It was something more fun and appealing. I think if they brought it back, it would have a different review. Is there a way that Shaq Fu can be brought back and reintroduced to the world? Because the world is in a state where they'll take almost anything that's on the opposite end of all this bad news we're getting. I'm quite sure it might be more well received. Just a cash grab is what someone else said. Many saw the game as a transparent attempt to capitalize on Shaq's fame at the time, rather than a genuine effort to produce a high-quality game. Tomato. What's the difference? It's just he expanded his, if it was a cash grab, he expanded his cash grabbing mechanisms into something else, opposed to the stereotypical apparel and food commercials. It can be ported anywhere. It will not be well received because the game isn't good. Thank you for that, random consumer. I like your emoji. It's a cat. How can you not like cats? Aren't they the precious little thing? Goodness. I'm going to put cats in here. You are welcome. Here's another quote from a review. It says, a sloppy, clunky, unpolished mess, end quote. Retrospective analysis has been particularly harsh, with critics noticing the game's lack of depth, poor character balancing, and bizarre story. Now, the story is about him, well, the first one at least, is about him trying to rescue a small one who's been kidnapped, and he has to come back to, he's been teleported to another dimension, and in that dimension he has to fight bad people and save a child and come back. Thank you. Wow, thank you so much for coming in from Saudi Arabia. That's really far. We've really been having people come from all over the world today in this stream particularly. Welcome and thank you so much. That is accurate. Sloppy and unpolished, says Radar Consumers. Wow, isn't that crazy? Here's another review. It says, unsatisfying victories. The game's mechanics, where some opponents regain health as they fight, made wins feel tedious and unearned. Wow, so I didn't know that. But I did read previously in the comments that they said the game was pretty short. So I had asked if anybody actually completed the game. Be that as it may, allegedly, collectively, the world is saying that the game was trash. But did you successfully complete the game? And if so, was it an easy game to beat? And or was it just a short game to play with a really small storyline? You never made it through the second stage, and that has nothing to do with game skills or gameplay. That means, to me, I'm internalizing that's how bad the game was. You didn't even like it so much you didn't make it to the second stage. That's crazy. Also, LOL, I'm happily married, but thank you for the comments. Let's see. That might be spam right here. So I'll have to keep that might be what do you call it? Yeah, what do you call that? What they say over in Twitter is it's bad. So let me see here. Thank you for that. Yeah, that's what they say they do over in Twitch. It's some word that the kids say that they'll do that stuff. Thank you for that, y'all. And let me put that in here. There we go. And thank you guys for waiting for me. And moving forward with that, I want to put some cute cats in the chat to put a pop of color back into the live stream. Put some cats in the chat for a pop of color to get rid of all that. It's been a really great, successful, positive day. And I've had a mix of a lot of things today. And I really do appreciate that. I'm over here in America. So let me go back to my comment before we were interrupted. Random Consumer says the gameplay was unplayable. And that's what I kept hearing repeatedly over and over. Well, that's what I kept reading repeatedly over and over, that the gameplay was terrible. And then that's what we're talking about. You were mentioning that you didn't even get to the second level of the game. So I internalized that the game was so bad you didn't even make it to the second level. You just stopped at the first. That's pretty bad. So we just read unsatisfying victories on here, and now it has a website dedicated to finding and destroying every copy. Now that's taking it a little to extreme, because for the love of video games, there will be trash video games out there. But taking it to the extreme to destroy every single copy, that kind of ruins it in a way. Perhaps if you pretend you're doing that, but good mercy, that's one extreme. So it says here, the game's negative reputation became a cultural phenomenon. Cultural phenomenon, leading to a satirical campaign known as the Shaq Fu Liberation Front. Have you heard of the Shaq Fu Liberation Front? Thank you, and you have a good day too. Have a good day, good night, and good evening. Thank you for stopping in to the live stream. Morning Moo, Monday motivation, helping moo power your work week. I'm helping you all power through your work week. Happy Monday to you all. Can you believe we went successfully through another weekend? It's amazing how fast the days go by. I constantly find myself saying that, but you guys, it's really the truth. Time is going by really fast in a good way. And I think this whole website dedicated to finding the copy is very extreme. Let's go down. AI Overview provided the negative comments of Shaq Fu. And now we're going to the positive and nuanced comments. Finally, perhaps there's something we can glean out of this. I've said some positive things about the Shaq Fu game, right? But now let's see what AI Overview gathered together. Positive or nuanced comments? Hang on, I'm refreshing my page. Refreshing my page. Let the child refresh her page. Move this down here. That's weird. What I'm trying to do, oh, there it is. Okay. Positive and nuanced comments. While negative comments are the most common, some people offer a more positive or nostalgic perspective. And that's where I'm coming in at. But if I remember, when I remember, I'll try to refrain from commenting about, again, what I think about the game in a positive way and read what's been provided on here. The quote says, "Don't deserve the hate." End quote. Some argue that the collective criticism of Shaq Fu was exaggerated and that the game was simply mediocre, not the worst of all time. End quote. Okay. Here's another comment. "A strange, beautiful little piece of culture." End quote. I like that. I like that description. Some gamers appreciate the game's bizarre existence and see value in preserving it as a unique part of video game history. I totally agree about that. Here's another one. "Fun for 15 or 20 minutes. Do you agree about that, or do you just all right not like the game altogether? What's up, Draco or son? Welcome back into the live stream. Thank you for coming in. It says here, it says fun for 15 or 20 minutes. Other players admit that while the gameplay is limited, the initial novelty of the ridiculous premise was entertaining. Was entertaining. Yeah, just I thought the storyline was interesting and entertaining for that time. Good visuals and music. Some comments mention that the game's visuals, particularly the animations and background art, were decent for the time and the music could be catchy. It would be a great background to have, as far as the visuals from that video game to have as a mural. A 90s charm in the ridiculousness. Some commentators find an unintentional humor in the game's cheesy dialogue and over the the topic plot. So once again, it says some commenters find an unintentional humor in the game's cheesy dialogue and over-the-top plot. I think that was cool. That's a good review in reference to Shaquille O'Neal. Wow, it's providing more. I didn't think AI Overview would have so much to say, but y'all, it has so much to say. So, comments on the sequel, Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn. We're talking about Shaq Fu Part 2's reviews now. Comments on the 2018 spiritual successor are more mixed, acknowledging its self-aware nature but often criticizing its execution. For those of you who have played Shaq Fu Part 1, did you have it, whatever was left in you to go crawl over to try to play Part 2? If so, how were your results? It says here, a joke that fizzles out quickly. Dang, here we go. Reviewers found that the game's meta humor wore thin and the gameplay became repetitive. Another point says, better than its predecessor, but still not great. End quote. Some critics acknowledged that the gameplay was improved over the original, but that the overall experience was too simple and short to be worth the price. What's going on? Thank you for coming in, you. So this is the second time that both games have been mentioned saying that the gameplay was short. Like, they were able to successfully complete the game in a short matter of time. And the last one, it says, oddly hilarious, end quote. Some found the sequel's humor endearing, especially its focus on mocking celebrity culture. Now, I think that's cool. Reading this makes me want to play the game all the more. Because at least I know when I play this game, I'm not going to have a lot of the oversaturation of subliminal anything in it to the point where it's like I don't even want to play the game. It's just oversaturated with stuff that I'm not trying to propaganda. So I can't say that. Wow, I've been having a good morning, guys. Thank you for coming in. The time for me right now is 7:04 a.m. ET time. How are you guys doing this glorious morning? We have so many likes in the chat and I really appreciate it. Today's morning mood topic is Shaq Fu video game. Cool Peeps and I, we were just chilling out last Thursday on Freestyle Thursdays talking about chia pets and stuff and the nostalgia of other things. And one of my cool peeps thought of the topic. And here we are today. Once again, shout out to Benji. Let me check something in my dashboard before I get moving forward over here. Where is my water? I'll definitely have a sip of water. I've been talking for 2 hours, guys. Spot the difference. It's a side note. Thank you guys for participating Saturday for the new game we have called Spot the Difference, where I make video uploads on YouTube on Saturday and Sundays. I don't go live on Saturday and Sundays, but I provide pre-recorded content on Saturdays and Sundays. Words on a piece of paper. Moo to you too. No feeding the animals. Sit down, please. Thank you for coming in. Good day to you. I like that title. Words on a piece of paper. That's cool. What are you, like a poetry? Are you a poetry content creator or just a writer content creator in general? Well, as I was saying, I'm talking about, guys, so Saturdays and Sundays I have video uploads and we have the Spot the Difference game. It's fun and I appreciate you guys' audience participation. I laugh at them. I played 2 of them on the TV on the big screen for my husband, and he really started bugging out at the Brandy Norwood one. I like that one. I'm going to show you the pictures of it on my tablet. You guys, I'm really happy. I feel really happy. let's see here. So I thought I'd share that with you. LA's happy. Yeah, I'm happy. As I pull up the pictures to show you, I want to thank you guys so much for subscribing. I'm getting more subscribers. It's crazy. I have more subscribers than I've ever wanted. 5,000 was my goal. Is my goal, and I'm getting more than that now. Here's the post. I even made fun of myself, y'all, on one of the Spot the Difference game. It's me and the guy from Rick and Morty. So this is the recent one. Spot the difference. My hair is even dyed green. My hair was actually dyed that color. So Saturday and Sundays we do video uploads called Spot the Difference, and I have other things going on Saturday and Sundays. I'm currently behind the scenes getting stuff set up for a series of stuff. You guys, once again, on Mondays and Tuesdays, you get LA. Of course, you get LA. I'm dressed in my cow suit Mondays and Tuesdays. It's Morning Moo. On Wednesdays, I am here dressed up as a ladybug, and it's called Exploring the YouTube Bible. On there, I'm actually learning for myself. It's like a study with me live. I'm trying to keep up with all of the YouTube stuff that happens, because every day I wake up now, YouTube is constantly changing and evolving. So it's my attempt to learn myself, to learn how to follow within the program of YouTube guidelines, while informing you guys too. What I'm really starting to like about Exploring the YouTube Bible, more of my cool peeps are asking me questions in reference to the topic at hand, and I'm able to look it up online and give them the answers that they are wanting. It makes me happy because I get to share and help. On Thursdays, which is Freestyle Thursdays, I show up as myself in regular clothes so you can really see how I am. But there may be a day where you see me in a special costume. Fridays is your boy Hercules the Shark. Hercules is doing fine. And Hercules, he's something else. That's all I can say. Let me show you all my things I have on here. This is the Spot the Difference game that comes on the weekend, Saturday and Sundays. We have Hercules the Shark Fusion Friday. He's got a new segment for those of you who don't know. Hercules the Shark comes on Friday. He's got 2 shows now, where one he talks about himself, his life, his grandma, and his family and shark friends. And now he's got a segment where he's talking about music reviews straight from the script. We talked about the Chia Pet last Thursday. It was so fun. I had a good time. I was even able to shout out all my cool peeps who came in. So I make it my business to shout out and thank all of the people who come in. I might be able to do it the same day. If not, you'll have the thank yous and shouts outs the following day, or whenever the video finished processing. Then I can go back into live chat and see who all commented, and I respond by saying thank you to all of you. And that's the Chia Pet one for Thursday. This is Hercules the Shark right here. Your boy Hercules the Shark giving the summary, thanking everybody for coming in and having a good time. This is my bonus video with LeBron James, and I'll stop it right there. So many cool bodies of work. That's all the things in reference to the Shaq Fu. I believe I read everything. Performance and differences, critical reception, Shaq Fu parts 1 and 2, and the fun fact. Yes. Before I go, I want to talk about, I found out by way of AI overview, there is a possible 3rd video game that Shaquille O'Neal has. So I'm getting ready to look that up now. And it's a downloadable game, and it's called Hidden. No, that's on my user. That's the username. That's someone else's name. Barack Fu. So let me type it in. Is this a game by Shaquille O'Neal? Okay, so the third game I'm going to talk about that AI overview mentioned is called Barack Fu. And it is a bonus game for his game Shaq Fu. Word! So yes, I need to open this and read it. This is a bonus information. I'm so happy I was able to catch everything. Hey, hey, the blues is all right. Hey, hey, the blues is all right, all right, all right with me. Shout out to my grandpapa. My grandpapa has transitioned. He's been gone for quite some time, but I've been thinking about him. So let's see here. This is a fun fact. Pin. Let me put on here PIN. I'm going to copy and paste this cool information in here. The world should know what I'm reading. All right, the world should know what I'm reading. No, Barack Fu is not a game by Shaq, but is a bonus game for his Shaq Fu game Reborn. Copy and paste. I'm about to paste a fun fact in here for y'all to read. Bam. Mind blown. I'm like, yo, 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 yo. What? Yes. So no, Barack Fu is not a game by Shaq, but it's a bonus game for his game Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn. Barack Fu: The Adventures of Dirty Barry stars a Peabody version.
Peabody? She said P.
Be quiet. Is a Peabody version of Barack Obama as a separate playable character and an add-on to the main Shaq Fu sequel. Y'all didn't know this. Let me pull my mouse up. Main game. The main game, Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn, features Shaquille O'Neal as the protagonist. It is a sequel to the 1994 Shaq Fu. Barack Fu is the add-on. The Barack Fu content is a separate adventure starring a satirical version of former President Barack Obama. It was included with physical copies of Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn. Amazing. Did you guys know that? I didn't. I just learned that today. Like, here and now. Whoo! I had no idea. So I'm getting ready to put this fun fact in here right now so y'all can know. So the world can see. And let me put the pin in here. Let me put up some fun facts. Airplanes are flying over. It's going to be a busy day today. We've got airplanes flying over the place. They sound nice. It sounds like they're going out. So safe journey to the people who just left. They've just departed. Let's see here. I'm trying to copy and paste this. Okay. Copy and paste. Here's some Shaq Fu fun facts. Shaq Fu fun facts. Because I did not know this. It seems like everyone just focused on how lame, a quote, lame the game is, according to them, and didn't put this cool stuff in here. Let me see. I had to shorten this up so you can get all the information. I want y'all to see this. Copy and send. Here's some more information about the video game. Did you guys know? Oh, come on. Backspace and send. Just enough characters. So main game. Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn features Shaquille O'Neal as the protagonist. It is the sequel to the 1994 game Shaq Fu. Barack Fu is the add-on. The Barack Fu content is a separate adventure starring a satirical version of former President Barack Obama. It was included with physical copies of Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn. Did y'all know that? That is another fun fact. This guy is all over the place. I'm going to look for an emoji so I can express myself. Emoji. Where is it? I want to put the mind blown emoji in here. Did you guys know that? Wow. Did you guys know this? I didn't. I just found out right now. Where is my cereal? Just one moment while I rest my voice. I've been talking for 2 hours. I'm definitely going to have to get some tea today. And to pick up some honey. I have the news on in the background, so I'm eyeing and see what's going on in the world today. Oh, that's pretty good. So I went through all my notes and I caught up with everything. We talked about Shaq Fu 1 and 2. I just found out right now that there was a mini game in there called Barack Fu, which I just talked about. And we talked about some of the various products that Shaquille O'Neal has. Like he's got a fragrance exclusively at JCPenney's, and I actually want to get it because what's in it seems like it's going to smell really good. Now, of course, I'm a girl. My husband may like it also, but I want to get it because it'll be great to spray outside. It's something about having different colognes outside. It just blends well if you're spraying it on the pillows or something outside. The scent goes well. What's going on, the Hendon? Good morning. Man. Morning, moo. Good morning to you. And that was a great video you made. You've made several videos since the last one, but you just made a great video. I went over there commenting about it. I just want to say I'm glad you were there to help her. So shouts out to you and your family. You guys have a great community over there. I like seeing that your family supports you in the comments. That's really nice. It's a good vibe. And once again, I'm so glad that you were there to be in your niece's life at the right time. It's a wonderful thing to be able to have a family member who actually tells the truth and cares to protect people. So many more blessings and good energy to you and your whole entire family. It's just great. I just really love seeing your family down in the comments supporting you. That's just awesome. So thank you for coming in at the right time, because I was able to say that while you're here. We talked about Shaq Fu Part 1 and 2 today, and I just found out by way of AI overview that there was a mini add-on game called Barack Fu. And it says Barack Fu content is a separate adventure starring a satirical version of former President Barack Obama. It was included in the physical copies of Shaq Fu Alleged Reborn. Now we're talking about some of the products that he has. Shaquille O'Neal, I just learned from Tarsus, from the Cool Peeps, that he's got a fragrance out exclusively at JCPenney's. He's got gummy snacks, 3 different kinds. And out of the 3 gummy snacks that Shaquille O'Neal have, I want to try 2 of them. The green bag, and then there's another bag where the gummies are shaped like shoes. So I'm like, okay, that sounds fun. Cool. So I'm happy about that. He's got an alcoholic beverage line too, but I didn't get to that. But I was so harped up on talking about the gummy bears and where I can buy it. What's going on, Black Lives Matter? All right, that's a funny title. Breakfast before YouTube. Hey, here to that. I eat breakfast after YouTube. Breakfast after YouTube. But every once in a while, you might find me eating the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Like 2 weeks ago, maybe, I woke up so hungry. I got ready and everything. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to make it. So I ate a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But usually I have cereal. It's almost gone. These are Fruit Loops. So yeah, that's my reward. Breakfast after YouTube. And then I had to fix breakfast and all that stuff. So good morning. How are you doing? The time for me is 7:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We had some people from Australia today, Canada, and somewhere close in the proxy of Dubai. It is amazing to have the reach so far. So some of you guys are on dinner or what have you, you know? So thank you for coming in. I believe that's all the things I want to say. Do you guys have anything you want to talk about since you're just coming in reference to Shaq Fu? Big Papa was here earlier and he chimed in and said that the game was trash. He played it, and unfortunately, he agreed with the he unfortunately agreed with the reviews about the game was hard to like the controls, the command controls were difficult. It was a poorly put together game. So we actually had someone from the chat actually play the game and said it was trash. I had someone else say it was trash too. Let me go back up to it. In fact, it was Random Consumer also said that the game was trash. It's a sad shame. You know, I'm so sorry about that, Shaq. But what I can say, that's what it was. The good points about the Shaquille O'Neal game is the fact that he was bold enough at that time to do something so completely different from all the traditional basketball players. Meaning, like, let's just say, you know, NBA 2K, 12K, 14K, all the Ks of the NBA. The only thing that makes it more specifically stand out is who's going to have the cover for that year. But apart from that, there's really no exclusivity about the game with that player. But with the Shaquille O'Neal game, it was all about him. The plot line was with him having to save somebody in the video game. And in addition to that, it wasn't a basketball game. It was like a street fighting hip hop game. I mean, he was in basketball shorts. The shorts from the picture resembled as if he had on some shorts from the Orlando Magic time. So it was really cool. So to me, it had based on the thumbnail, a Karate Kid feel from the Nintendo game, plus Shaq being unapologetically himself. So that to me was new and also explosive at the same time and a bold move. So I appreciate that about the game. See, we have one cool peep who says that he likes the game. An actual living, breathing human being. The hen didn't actually love the game. See, wow. Exactly. It was like it was good for its time. It was new for its time. Earlier in the live, I talked about there's Dennis Rodman, who I think is cool because no matter what, he was unapologetically himself on the creative side of it all. Then we have Shaquille O'Neal, who too was unapologetically himself on the creative side. We have two creatives on different sides of the creativity thing. But Shaquille O'Neal showed his creative side by, once again, releasing this basketball game, and it had nothing to do with basketball. It was like a fantasy game, and showed a different side of him. And it showed that you don't have to be limited to just doing one thing in basketball. You don't have to be limited to being a basketball player and only having basketball endorsements from Nike, Foot Locker, and food places. He pushed the envelope and did the things that I feel that the basketball players were too scared to do. So they just stayed in their lanes. That's what I think. He was bold and fearless for that. No matter what the review said that it flopped, the majority said it flopped, but to me it didn't, because to me he was the first one to think outside the box to do it. In addition to that, he's got the Shaquille O'Neal shoes. I really like those shoes. I put my foot down in one of those shoes and they're so comfortable and they're stylish. What I like about that is, even though it is shoes he's marketing to, y'all, it's just these shoes that he have, they're more attainable to the core market. Middle class people and lower class people, you know? So these shoes are attainable for anybody of all across the board. So that's what is cool. So yeah, that's what I think was cool about the whole Shaq Fu game. It's creative, ahead of his time, bold, and he pushed the boundaries. Of course, he's got music. You know, most basketball players, they do want to be rappers or let's say, you know, they have a musical side I can appreciate. But to me, Shaq did everything and is still doing everything no matter what people are saying. Video games, music, cologne, candy, Papa John's. What else is there? Let me check something in YouTube Studio. You guys have anything you want to say or add in about the Shaq video game? Once again, shouts out to the Hendon because he said he liked the game. I love this. I love this, sis. I couldn't wait to get out and play it. Exactly. And now I even thought about, hey, this could be pushing the envelope, but hey, I think it should come back because this world is in such a dark time, whether the people like the game or not. I think it should come back because at least if people are going to be talking about something, let's say in a negative way, it's going to be based upon the video game and not negativity of what's going on today. That's what I think. But let me refresh my page to see where I'm at. My name is LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. I'm here Mondays and Tuesdays with the morning moo. It's Monday right now. It's called Monday Moo Morning Motivation. Let's power moo. I'm helping moo and moo, you and you, power through your work week successfully. We have people on here who come in at the beginning of the hour who are on their way home from work and they hang out with me until they get home. Sometimes they even fix their breakfast and have me on in the background that I am learning. This is no cap, and it's very exciting to be a part of you guys' day. We have some who are just finishing up work or just getting ready to start their day. Shouts out to the ones who do come in here and have to get ready for school and they just come in to say hi for real and they'll leave because they had to catch the bus and go. So we have a variety of people coming in. On Tuesdays, it's morning moo with me. On Wednesdays, I dress up as a ladybug and it's exploring the YouTube Bible. The YouTube Bible is when I just open up another topic and one of the ever-changing, many-changing rules that YouTube always have. And I just go over the rules to the best of my ability so I can understand it and give you guys some understanding. And more of you are coming in asking me questions in reference to the topic. So since I'm on the line, I look up the question and read it back to you. So, and on Thursdays, it is Freestyle Thursdays. You get me, and I dress up as myself. On Freestyle Thursdays. We had a good Freestyle Thursdays. We talked about the Chia Pet. And that's how we actually, y'all, really, that's how we got today's topic. It was from Freestyle Thursdays. We're talking about the Chia Pet and a lot of nostalgia things. And so that's why we're here today. So you never know what topic we're going to talk about. And on Friday, you get your boy Hercules the Sharks. Yes, an actual shark. He comes on live for a 30-minute set. And he talks about what's going on underwater in his world, about his grandma, how she's making food. Hercules the Shark was on talking about some macaroni and cheese, saying that I thought it was funny. I was in there watching him. He was complaining, asking why his grandmother had to put so many cheeses in the macaroni and cheese. And since his grandmother puts like more than 5 different cheese variations in her macaroni and cheese, he asked if it should be called macaroni and the cheeses instead of macaroni and cheese. But that's some of the things he talks about on Fridays. And he's got another segment now that we plugged him in to talk about to keep the Fusion Friday music segment alive. He comes in around lunchtime and he reads directly off the script so we don't get a lawsuit. He talks about music artists and what they're doing directly from the script for about 15 minutes. So that's my schedule. I am on here Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have Saturdays and Sundays off, but I do video uploads, pre-recorded video uploads. And before I wrap up, we have Spot the Difference game. That is fun. It's a Spot the Difference game where I compare celebrities to cartoon characters and you spot the difference. The first one I just did, what's going on, homie Joe? The most recent spot the difference game is of myself. It's me and I was about to say Sideshow Bob. Even though my hair is styled like Sideshow Bob's kind of, I did the spot the difference game with myself and Rick from Rick and Morty. So if you can see it, it's me and it spot the difference. And if you watch the video, my hair is actually dyed the color green. So that's Rick and Morty spot the difference. And then before that, there's Timberland and that French fry guy from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. If you look closely, unfortunately, Timberland looks like the guy. So that's what we're doing over here on Saturday and Sundays. It's a game day. That's okay. It's fairly new. We're 2 weeks into the spot the difference game. It's video uploads. So Saturday and Sunday I do spot the difference in video uploads. Monday and Friday I'm here 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time until the video is done. Let's see. Combined our minds. Yeah, we're combining them now here. That's what we pretty much do over here. It's a creative platform where all are welcome and we just vibe. So if there's a topic that comes up, I either side note it or go to it and we just talk it out. It's really cool. The community over here is starting to mesh into something really nice and beautiful. I call you guys my cool peeps, is where the cool peeps hang. I have a mission statement where pretty much everybody is welcome. Let me look it up. My mission statement here, Elay TV's mission statement. Look, because I'm in a cow suit. Of course, I'm being myself. So Elay TV's mission, which is here, is to be the variety entertainment platform featuring diverse artistry. Let me find it. It's a menagerie of artistry. We create stories that spark action and change by inspiring viewers to find their path. The focus is purpose-driven cinematic storytelling that focus on human journeys of self-discovery leading to evolution. I use a series format, host personality, unscripted direction, and transformational messages to tell stories that enlighten and entertain. That's what we do over here at Elay TV. So it is a combination, or is it combining of the minds and being unapologetically ourselves, as you can see, as I stumble over my words. Unscripted. Yes, this puppy is unscripted. And we just have a good time. So having said that, I'll get ready to be on my way if you don't have anything else to say. I didn't do a survey today. It was just straightforward to the Shaquille O'Neal topic. I actually took the time out. You guys waited for me earlier, about an hour and 15 minutes back. I added Shaquille O'Neal. I make sure to do that. And the thing before I go to let you guys know, you do only live once. People pass every day, even celebrities. We're not supposed to worship celebrities, but liking the things that you like about celebrities, you cannot help, especially if they're positive things you want to apply to your life. Let's just say that. So while you're here on this planet and you have access to social media, if there's a celebrity out there or a person that you or family member that you want to make peace with, you can make a video and even have it as a private link and send it to them and say your piece. Thank them for what you liked about them, what goodness that you drew out of these people, the celebrities, that you use to apply to your life that help make your life beneficial, because you just never know, they may see it. And when it's all said or done, you can look back and say, I did everything I could. I said everything I want to say to all the people, my family, friends, or loved ones. So I strongly recommend that you do that, because everything you need is right there for you. You can make a video, send it private, and get your message out there. Like, share, comment, and subscribe only if you want to. I appreciate all the likes that I have. Thank you for coming in. This is my signing off song. It's a song. It's sure Oh boy, excuse me. I really messed up the closing of that song, didn't I? I don't do cows burp in real life. Well, this one just did. I gotta sing the song over again. Be safe out there. Trust your spider senses. The best weapon you have is trust in your gut. I love you all. Bye-bye.